Hello and welcome back. In this video, we are going to set up our helper project, the helper libraries project. We will just create the project, add the package JSON, tsconfig, and possibly we could also create the GitHub project. Okay, so I'm going to create the project inside this Java app folder. Okay, and here you can see the volumes that we specified here. Inside our Docker Compose, you can see that the volumes folder is created. If you open, you'll see the cache, data, Elasticsearch, MySQL, Postgres. Okay, you should have that as well. So what I'm going to do is I will create a new folder and I'll call this maybe Java Shared. I will just add the name of our project and I'll call this Java shared. Okay, what I'm going to do for this is I will prepend a number. I will prepend the number 9 to this. Now as we go on, when we start creating our different services, you will really understand. So what this means is for our API gateway, I'll prepend the number 1, the notification service will be 2, the auth service will be 3, just like that. So this service, so when we see the different project, we will use the number to identify, okay, which one is the first, which one is the second. So for now, just prepend this number 9 to the folder, whatever you're calling it, Java Shared or Java Helpers. Okay. Right now, I'm not really sure if the name I'm going to use, you'll be allowed to use the same name because I'll call the library Java Shared. So when we publish it to npm via GitHub, okay, but let's just continue. So now for this, I'll open a terminal for this. I can close this right here. Okay, make sure you have Node and npm. Okay, so you can check the current version. So for me, I have Node version 20.8.0. Let's go to Node.js, nodejs.org. Okay, so the current long-term support version is 20.9.0. So I will update this version. Okay, I will update this version. So make sure you use at least the current long-term support version. Okay, so whatever the current long-term support version is for you, make sure you use that version. For me, at this point in time, it's 20.9.0. So I will update mine to use whatever current support version. Okay, so make sure you have Node and npm installed automatically. Then you run npm init-y. Okay, so yeah, so inside the project now we have the package JSON. But now in this video, I attached a package JSON. Okay, so you can download it, copy the contents of the package JSON file, and then remove everything you have from this and then paste right here. Okay, then we'll go through it together. So in this video, I attached a package JSON file, download, copy the content, and then paste right here. Now what is happening is here, this is the version. So every time we update the library, we are going to increment this version by 1. Okay, so at first it's going to be 0.01, and then the main file is going to be index.js. Yeah, you can add your own description, whatever you want to add here. And then we are setting the engine. It's going to require minimum Node.js version 18. Okay, so if you try to maybe run with Node.js 16, then it's going to throw an error or it's not going to work. So minimum 18. Okay, and then we have the script parts. We are going to use Babel to build. Okay, so this is what just this script parts represents. Yeah, this CJS, because we are using TypeScript and we are going, any file that's is .js, it will convert it to .cjs. Okay, so this is just the command that will be used to build our project. And then we have some Prettier commands right here. We're going to probably install Prettier as well. And here we are going to add the name. So here you need to specify the name of the package. Okay, and you are going to achieve that just by adding your GitHub name. So the GitHub account where you will publish this to, okay? So I'll add mine. You use the @ symbol and then your GitHub username, okay? Then slash the name of the project shared, okay? So if you need to install it in a service, this is what you are going to use. This is the name you are going to use to install the project, okay? Here you can just add your name, okay? Okay, right here. And then the repository type Git. Right now, we've not created the GitHub repo, so we're going to leave this blank. When we create the repo, we can update this. And then the other parts, we are publishing to this registry, npm.pkg.github.com. We are using GitHub to publish to this registry, okay? And then these are just some other files that I spotted. And yeah, we have also the types. Probably we'll create types if we need them, okay? So make sure you update this. Now, all we need to do is just install maybe 1 or 2 libraries. So open, you can install Express, okay? So npm install Express, because we are going to need that right here, okay? And then we also need to install some dev dependencies related to Babel, okay? Once this is done, I will just install the libraries, okay? So add this command, npm install -d. We want to install them as dev dependencies at, in fact, okay, let me just type it at Babel/CLI presets-env, okay, /presets TypeScript, okay, and then we add Express types. We add also JSON web token. We are going to install it later, but let's just add the types, okay? So you can pause the video and then copy all of this out. The Babel CLI, presets env, preset TypeScript, Express types, and JSON web token types, okay? So I have that installed. Now the next thing is, let's install TypeScript. Npm install TypeScript, okay? And then we run the, I think the tsc init command. And let's see, tsc, okay? So I installed TypeScript in the project, and then for you to run, I think tsc command, you need to install TypeScript globally. So you can type npm install -g, then TypeScript. Okay, so this is going to install TypeScript globally, and then we'll have access to tsc. Okay, now run this command, tsc, I think it's --init. Okay, yes, so we have that. And now what we need to do is this tsconfig. I also added a tsconfig file, so you can download that and copy the contents, paste them here. Okay, so it's just some the options that we are going to need. So copy the content of the tsconfig file attached to this video and then paste it in your tsconfig JSON file. Okay, and then let's go ahead, create our source folder. And then lastly, we are going to create a script folder. So let's add the Babel script that we are going to need. Now I added also 2 other JS files. So copy them and then paste into the script folder. Okay. Paste the first one and then paste the second one right here as well. We'll go through them. So download those 2 files. So the first, this build package is just copying the package JSON from our project into this build folder. Okay. So copy the contents of this package.json, copy it into this build when we build our project. That is what this does. And then this Babel presets, we are setting the presets, we're using TypeScript presets, okay? And then bug fix is true. We are just setting all of these commands. Use target at least Chrome minimum version 70. Here is any file with .js will be converted to CJS. Okay, that is just what these presets and the build package they do. Okay, so we have our script, we have our package JSON, and we're going to stop here. In the next video, we'll create our GitHub repo.